Oh hey there, it's Matthew. Just getting ready to go to Jamaica tomorrow, getting all the gear lined up. There's a lot of stuff. Every trip I try to step it up a little bit with some new equipment or a new lens or new lighting or whatever. So some of these items you might have heard about in previous videos, but if you're interested, this is what I am shooting with. A mostly full list. There's probably some items I haven't got out, like cables and this and that, but anyway, let's get this going. One take. So first off, I got this pretty rad setup from Amazon, a GoPro kit where you get all these accessories for 40 bucks. Full package, every kind of mount you would want, like an extender pole, tripod, helmet mount, chest mount, wrist mount, whatever that thing is, suction cup, floater, extra stickies, who knows what. But for 40 bucks, I mean, I thought you can't go wrong. It's just plastic parts. Why bother paying for expensive stuff? This thing I just got yesterday, and I don't even know if I know how to hook it up, but it's actually a Wi-Fi signal booster. So at the yard, we tend to only get signal on the riverbed, and I would love to do some live broadcasts on Instagram and YouTube and do some unedited stuff and live Q&As right from the yard. So I'm hoping it's pretty simple to set up. You gotta thank, oh man, I can't remember the name of the guy, but he sent me a detailed list of everything you need to set up a Wi-Fi booster, and even gave me some suggestions. And I was able to find a kit on Amazon for, it was under $200. So I figured hopefully it works and we can do some live shows. So it's just an antenna, and this connects to a coaxial cable. You put the antenna up as high as you can, obviously, and yeah, it's hopefully will give us some signal. So hoping and praying it works and that it's not a pain in the ass to set up. But to the man that sent me the details about that one, thank you very much. I've got my old Photo Pro tripod here. It's about 2.5 kilos, so it's pretty light. One of the legs is kind of falling off, but I do like it for travel. It packs up pretty small. I did get this new one here. It's carbon fiber. It's actually a little bit heavier than the other tripod. It's just made by Neewer, which is a, you know, it's definitely a cheap brand you just buy online, but for what I do, it's perfect. You know, just rugged. You're not too worried about it breaking. It should last a couple years at least. And you know, it's just a tripod. It's pretty basic. As long as it's stable and relatively light, then I'm fine with it. This is something new that I haven't used before on any of the trips. I got this lighting kit. They're pretty small, but they're dimmable LEDs, also made by Neewer, and they can do battery power or cables. So you can dial in the color temperature if you want it warmer or cooler. It's got battery meter, and yeah, I got a bunch of batteries that fit in these. So it comes as a kit of 2, obviously, as you can see, and then there's 2, you know, basic kind of C-stand things. And I've tried them on a shoot here in Toronto, and they work pretty well for an indoor shoot. So anyway, if in the past we got away with just little on-camera LED lighting, we should be fine. So I got a new LED light. It takes the same batteries as the other ones, and it's the same kind of thing. It's got a dial here where you can get it brighter or dimmer, or just the, actually I don't know if this one has color temperature, but whatever. If you just need something lit, you can always fix it in post-production after. Let's see, what's on my hand? Okay, this camera I'm shooting with right now is a Hero3. I've had it for years. Thank you, Uncle Dar, my buddy that works at, where is it? Atmosphere, and hooks me up with all the discounts and stuff, so big up Uncle Dar. And yeah, I mean, I know there's tons of new GoPros out, but this is still awesome, and I don't use it a ton. It's just good. So moving on, I've got, oh yeah, so these are the good batteries. They fit my GH5 and my GH3 camera here, which we'll get into in a minute. And I got this little setup. And this is cool because it charges 2 at once. You normally only get a single one. So these cheaper batteries, they're usually about like a third of the cost of the official Panasonic ones, but for the price and the fact that you get the charger, and like I literally ordered this on Amazon last night and it got here this morning last minute, and I have a couple extra batteries and chargers. I mean, you know, pay 30 bucks compared to 80, that's fine with me. So I've got about 6 batteries for the camera because you never want to run out of batteries. This is new. This is a small rig setup for the GH5, and yeah, it just allows you to put all kinds of, it's got sort of cold shoes, is that what they're called? The opposite of hot shoes, but you can mount lights or mics or anything like that. So just keeps it simple for, you know, carrying the camera around. There's sort of a bigger one I got last year, and you can kind of fold out legs like a shoulder mount. I don't know where it is right now, it's somewhere in the closet. I'll probably bring that too, but this one is nice and light and small and has the mounts already on it. So that's pretty cool. These are the lights and chargers, sorry, batteries and chargers for these lights. So I'll be rocking those. I do have a Gopro Hero3. Again, same thing, if I need an extra angle, I can just chuck it in the corner and use it, especially if I'm shooting on my own. Luckily this time my friend Brody's coming with me, so Brody's gonna have some sweet, I think he's on Canon, we'll do a tour of his gear too, but if you need an extra angle, whatever, check an old GoPro. Oh yeah, my favorite tool of all, I've had it for years, the classic Leatherman Wave. I think my dad gave this for my birthday maybe 10 years ago, and it's still kicking around. I've had it all these years, taken it all over the world. You've probably seen Mako chopping up herb with it. He likes it, it's still nice and sharp. This is a cool one. This is a gift I got from my brother and my sister-in-law. It's called Pack Pod. I think it was a Kickstarter or something like that. And it's just a really light plastic tripod, but durable, and then you can throw it in the backpack. So if I'm doing a crazy hike or something, I might just take this rather than the heavier metal or the carbon fiber one. Let's see. These are some little lenses that I got off Amazon too, and yeah, it's like a little macro lens, a fisheye, and a little controller for the phone. So I have shot full episodes on the iPhone before, so why not have a couple extra angles? That's fine. This is my main camera and I love it. It's Lumix GH5. I got it about a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago, and it's just amazing. All the badass slow motion shots, super slow-mo, all of the time lapse I do right in this camera. No post-production, it's just all done inside, which is so rad. And I got a 12x60 Leica lens on it. Really nice lens. Honestly, the last time I went to shoot, I only used this lens, nothing else. The entire year of footage that you've seen is all from this one lens. So, gotta love the GH5. Now, this one is my backup, and this is what I shot, I don't know, all the Ras Kitchen footage from 2013 to 2015. And yeah, it's obviously just 2 models before the GH5 and still an excellent camera. It's a little bit lighter. I have an Olympus pancake lens on there, 17mm. That's, you know, it's a pretty cheap lens, but you still get some beautiful images from it. And use it a lot in the past. So, you know, when you're shooting something like this and you're on your own, you always want to have a backup should that other camera die or whatever happens. And it is super useful if I'm shooting stuff on my own. So yeah, 2 is 1, 1 is none, whatever wise man said that. I totally agree. You want to be prepared in case something fails, because there's something always that fails, right? Now, this is something I think a lot of YouTubers are missing, is they're not spending money on audio. You gotta have good audio. It just ruins the image if you don't have something good. So I invested in, it's okay, this is what I used in the past for the secondary camera, but it's a Rode microphone. got a dead cat on it. It's just powered into the 1/8 jack there, and it's okay. To be honest, it's not the best. I find you gotta boost it. You do get a lot of noise and it's not ideal, but you can definitely get away with it, and it sure is a hell of a lot better than any type of internal microphone. So that just fits on right in the hot shoe, obviously. But this is the main one that I use, and it's a Rode shotgun mic. So this Rode, I think it's an NT1 or NT2 or something like that, but it's very directional. The sound just shoots off, you know, the one direction, shotgun style. So I'll have this mainly pointed at Moko or myself or whoever I need to get audio from, and then I'll get all the cutaways and stuff after or whenever I get a chance. So this thing hooks up into here, and that is it fits 2 XLRs. You got control of the audio level here. It's powered, and yeah, it's really sweet. You just jam an XLR cable in there. You got 2 options. Got my XLR cable here. I think I have an extra XLR somewhere too, because you don't want to get screwed by just a small cable, which can ruin everything, but I have another one somewhere. And yeah, there's an extra dead kitten, I guess, because it's so small, but just to prevent wind and stuff if it's a really, really windy day. Well, okay. This one, oh, I love this lens. This is an Olympus 45mm, so kind of portrait style with a really nice depth of field. And I use this a lot in the footage from 2015. It doesn't have a stabilizer, so it's not very good for moving stuff. These lenses has an internal stabilization, so you know, you get that really kind of floaty look, especially when you shoot in slow-mo. But if you want to do something really stationary, just lock off a really nice shot where there's already some movement in the shot, whether it's nature or leaves or smoke or water or whatever, it looks really cool. So I'm gonna try to do some more of that style this next time. This is a 14x140. I've had this for probably 10 years, and it's got the stabilization on it, as you can see there. And yeah, this one does zoom, so you have some options, although you got to zoom literally by twisting it. It's not the fancy zoom with a button. You can see I've dropped it a couple times, but yeah, it's still a nice lens. It's not very good in low light, but if it's nice and bright, I'll use that one. This one, I don't think I used this one last time. It's a Rokinon Fisheye. I probably won't bring it just because I think I dropped it and it's broken and it needs an adapter to fit on the camera. And I have the fisheye with the GoPros, so I'll probably just not bother with that one, but I have it just in case. This one I got used. Again, it's a Lumix with stabilization 100x300. So for zooming in really from far away, it zooms pretty good. I think I only paid a few $100s for it. It's okay, like it's not that crispy looking. I tend not to use it that much. I bought it when I went to Indo last winter and I wanted to shoot some surfing, and I ended up not even really using it that much. I just didn't really like the quality, but still pretty cool if you need some wildlife stuff. It's just nice to have, and I have it anyway, so I'll try to mess with that. Yeah, that's lenses and cameras. That's the main thing. Got some earbuds. You always want to monitor your sound. I'm pretty good with the gauges on this thing, but I do want to listen to what's going on and make sure I have good audio. I got these Bluetooth ones too. I got to thank up to everyone at Mindset Headphones for sending me these. Very generous. Thank you. They're awesome. I've been using them all the time for like 6 months, and they're great, and the battery lasts for ages too, so big up to everyone at Mindset. I think they're from Atlanta, Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. Next up we got, I just got this from Dollarama. and it's just a bike light, but it's got red light on it. So if I'm shooting time lapse at night or something and I don't want to screw up the image, but I still need to see what's going on the back of the camera, I'll use that. And yeah, the red light I guess doesn't get picked up. I got 2 lightning bolt, Thunderbolt, is that what it's called? Hard drives. These are 4 terabyte drives, which is awesome. I think last time I shot maybe 1.5 terabytes worth. So I'm hoping for the whole time I'm in Jamaica, which is about 3 weeks, those will do me fine. Jamrock 2018, and as I mentioned again, Jamrock 2018, back up your shit. And then I have another hard drive here. And this one is, I'm gonna put all the old episodes. Like the girls in Moko have seen some of the episodes, they watch them online, but I'm gonna put all of them on here and we can sit down and watch them. Kind of like the scrambled egg episode that we all watched together. It was pretty funny. So anyway, it gives me another couple terabytes there. The Selfie Stick. Which, yeah, I mean, I hate that word, selfie stick, but like I literally do film myself as I'm doing right now. So same thing, Amazon buy. It's a Smart Tree. I don't know, it's been fine. It's a pretty basic piece of gear, so you don't need to spend a lot of money. This was maybe 30 bucks, but good to have. So I think that's most of the gear. So it's quite a bit, but it does pack up into a small suitcase. My main camera is gonna go in that bag right there. And the second camera, the GH3, is gonna go in this camera bag. And you know, there's all kinds of extra stuff in here, like, you know, some lens filters and cleaners and wipes, whatever, you know, things that you need if you wanna shoot. So that's mostly it. Hopefully that was informative, and I'm sure there's tons of things I've forgotten, but we'll get into it more a bit later, and we will get into Brody's gear. I did get some gifts this time for people, and every time I come to Jamaica, I try to bring clothes and sheets and that kind of thing for everyone. And this time, thanks to some very generous friends, I have some pretty dope stuff for the family and some people in the community. So a huge thanks to my girl's mom, Zareen, and to my friends' parents, Chuck and Trish. I got 3 phones. So I really want Moko to start using WhatsApp, and we can send each other voice messages, because right now when you communicate, I basically WhatsApp with the girls and they relay that information to him. So when we're doing the Airbnb business, it can get pretty confusing, especially if someone's phone is down. So if we can both just do WhatsApp, it's gonna be awesome. So I got a phone from Moko. So that's pretty badass. And how amazing would it be to get him shooting Instagram videos, or the girls too, and get fresh content from the yard all the time? It'd be wicked. And then, yeah, I got these 2 phones from Chuck and Trish. So those are for the girls. They're the ones I deal with mostly for the Airbnb business side. So if there's 3 people in the family with phones and access, it's gonna make life a lot easier. And eventually, I think they'll be, you know, taking over all of the Airbnb business. I'll be able to step away and focus on other stuff. So yes, that is so generous. People are awesome. Oh yeah, my girl's mom also got all these sheets for Dorette, because she's always asking for sheets. And yeah, a couple of the neighbors that are really sweet, Miriam and Lula, I'm gonna give them some stuff too. And what's next? Oh yeah, this is from Josh, who did the prints. He printed out some cards that he's gonna give Moko, and then there's some ones of Ratty that he sent too. So you can get these if you go to Jamaica, some really cool cards, so you can sell them. And for Rat, I got a truck, although I talked to Chanel yesterday. I'm like, oh yeah, I got Ratty a truck. She's like, he's got so many trucks. I think everyone saw the video of him wheeling around the truck with a busted ass truck, and anyone that comes to the yard gives him a truck or something. So I'm gonna find him something else. I got him some crayons and some other things like that too, but anyway, this is something I got for Moko, which I gotta thank my girl because she got me one. I'd gone through probably 6 glass ones because I always break them, but a nice French press stainless steel, so it's not gonna break. Because I love coffee, Marco grows coffee, and yeah, it's early mornings and I want to drink coffee every day. I like bush tea too, ganja tea, mint tea, cerasee, bitter blood, all that stuff, pimento, but give me the coffee. Give me that Blue Mountain coffee. So yeah, indestructible. Hopefully it'll last them a long time. So if you go to Jamaica, you can enjoy that too. And this one is probably the coolest. Wow. So my friend Patrick is an artist in Vancouver, and he's famous for making these Mick owls. And he's done up a pair, or a trio, in Rasta colors, red, green, gold. So big up Patrick. Check out Mick Owls on Instagram. Just wicked stuff. If you've ever been to Vancouver, you've probably seen him. If you've ever been to Shambhala or Burning Man, you've probably seen him. So anyway, this is Patrick's art. They're made from recycled and stenciled painted owls. No, they're not made from owls. They're made from French fries. French fry boxes. That's what I mean. You get it. Anyway, that's a gift for Marco. I think he's going to love that one. That is pretty badass. And oh yeah, there's like that grave. There's a grave on the yard that you've probably seen, and I've been wondering what it says for years. We tried to do a rubbing on it last year and I didn't have good paper, so I got some sort of tissue paper and I'm going to tape that onto the gravestone and do a rubbing with these Spider-Man crayons and see if we can get any intel. I'm just really curious. As the whole community there, it's built on an old forgotten graveyard, so it could be hundreds of years old. Pretty cool. This is, oh yeah, a print from my friend Josh Coley, who designed this. So it's a full-size limited print. They're available in our store, and this is one for Marco. So yeah, signed and numbered by the artist, so please check those out. They're in the store right now. There's maybe 10 left. 10 out of 25, I think, that are remaining. So get them while you can. Here's all those sheets and stuff. There's a new skate park that they built near Bull Bay. So I'm bringing a skateboard this time, and it's a used board, obviously, and I have some trucks and wheels. I've been skateboarding my whole life, so I got so much old stuff I don't need. I'm gonna leave it with some kid over there, and hopefully someone can use it. And then I'm gonna bring and leave my surfboard here. So I just checked the forecast. It's totally flat. I was so bummed, but hopefully by the end of the month there'll be some waves, because I want to go to a place called Jamaica, where they built that skate park, and there's a bunch of wicked surf spots and a surf camp. The surf camp is called Jamaica. So I got this old board, which I seriously just dropped and busted the nose on, but it's a pretty busted up board anyway. I got it in Indo in Bali, I think, a few years ago. So did a pretty good knee drop on it right there. It's got a lot of dings, but I want to have a surfboard that I can just leave in Jamaica, and then when I go I can always ride it. So yeah, you can see it's had some good dings, a lot of pressure dings, but you know, it's been a good board, and I'll just leave it on the yard, and then I can always go surf whenever. So yes, do not fall again. It's damaged enough. Well, that's a good one right there too. But anyway, that is the gear, and hopefully it all fits in the bag, and I don't get hassled when I go over. And yeah, very much looking forward to shooting some more Ras Kitchen and hanging out with the fam and getting a red stripe and getting a spliff and soaking in the river. So anyway, bless up, keep in touch. I hope we can do a lot of live broadcasts with that signal booster thing I had. If not, we'll still figure out some way to do it when we're in town or when we're in the riverbed there. So thanks for watching Ras Kitchen. If you made it this far, I'm amazed. That was a long ass video, and bless up. See you in Jamaica.